Good morning, everyone. Yes, I don't know how long I'll be going on today because this laptop is on the go slow today. So if I have problems, Nick. The first, I think I've shit the bed. Yes. I've been trying to do stuff on the laptop this morning. It's on a permanent go slow, so that's pissed me off. The weather's crappy again, so that pissed me off. And minis and everything hurt me, so you know. That's why the title says I'm a little fed up. I am. I'm fed up at crappy weather, laptop on a go slow. So wait, it's working. Woo! So obviously it's rectified itself back because yesterday Chris went in and sort of, disabled it and re-enabled it. So obviously that's done the trick. And as people say, switch it off and switch it back on again. So obviously it's working. But it weren't yesterday because Pixie... I'm going
2 days, wasn't it?
No, it's about Friday, weren't it?
So I was going to go tell, I think you just lit the torch paper of the Rovers Facebook page.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Da, da, da.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o, as they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go to somewhere nice and warm. I want to win lottery.
Back to bed.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start a trend of humans hibernating.
Nick's expecting fireworks. Are you staring at the pot again, Nick?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, when all's said and done, it's the fans that pay the players' wages and the management's wages and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it's all down to the fans. And if the fans is not happy, then it don't make for a good mix, let's say. With the oh dear, did he send it you? What Nick's just sent me. I'll forward it on to Chris. I've sent it anyway. Yeah. So now do you know why I was laughing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what I've just said, Nick, I mean, it's true. If the fans is not happy, it's the fans that pay the players, the manager, etc. It's what pays the wages. It's like you think of the people that's got the season tickets. They've paid good money, and if they're not satisfied, then they've got the fans to answer to.
Players can't take criticism. There's no point in being a footballer because you're always going to get crap.
Yeah, but it's not just the footballers; it's the management. The players is only good as the management that's leading them. Let's say.
Have you dabble with a polar bear? I think it is, Nick.
Yeah, Pixie says, is it the polar bear one thing? I'm not sure. Got the 9 viewers and there's only Pixie and Nick talking in the chat.
10 viewers.
So, yeah. Hi, DM's mixed up.
DMs.
But yeah, it's yeah, the polar bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris has seen it. Obviously, I haven't. So yeah, I'm gonna start a new trend. I'm gonna start the human hibernation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the fact that the weather's that crappy. I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. In my case, my bad back, and it's the weather's causing my arthritis to flare up, and and then sort of, hi Marie, Pixie were exacerbated, let's say this morning, because I ordered his prescription for him on Friday. Went to pick it up yesterday because we got told it was ready. Only for out of the 4 items, only been 2. So he's rang them up this morning and said, why ain't the other 2? Basically, he's got to go through all the rigmarole, ringing the doctors up to see why they haven't done the other 2 items on his prescription. So yes, we're both a bit this morning. Yeah. Pixie hasn't been able to get out on the drone because of the weather. So I think that's driving him stir crazy. So yes, that's hence the title. I'm a little fed up. And the weather's sort of stopping me from, well, I don't go out much anyway, but so yeah.
No good.
Not very good at all. So I'm
crack on.
Did you get Powers? Because I'm still waiting for that thing coming through, aren't I? That splint thing from.
Yeah, why is Power still cool?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hiya, bro. How are you?
Bro's in the house. He said he got sunshine, and then I mentioned rain, and guess what? It
started raining. I know, I saw that. Yeah, it's horrible here, Marie, at the moment. It's windy, it's misty, froggy, cold. It's the weather's depressing. Let's just say.
In a letter.
Oh. I'll have a look at that in a bit. That. I mean, obviously, you in the USA. I don't know whether you have a Wilco's, but it's like the Christmas edition, all the Christmas stuff. So I'll have a little nosy at that in a bit. We see, the thing is, Marie, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We sort of just go straight into Christmas mode, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we just eat so much anyway.
But I think this weather's enough to get anybody down. It's you can't get about, you can't get out and about, And I think it's just generally this time of year. The run up to Christmas, the pants weather, etc., etc. So yeah, and I'm sort of not looking forward to. I've got my blood tests on Monday, so probably not be doing the coffee morning on Monday morning because I've got to be at the doctor's at, is it 11:15? I've got, yeah. Well, anyway. She says now I'm depressed about eating all the things I shouldn't. But it's not, same as I say, it's just the weather. And I do suffer from a vitamin D deficiency, which everybody knows is a lack of sunlight. So yeah, so I need a sugar daddy where I can emigrate to somewhere warm.
Get rid of me, Dad.
Then I not have the vitamin D deficiency. My arthritis won't suffer. So yeah. emigrating somewhere nice and warm.
Skegness.
Yeah, well.
It is Skegness.
Yeah, you know, where I can not necessarily sit out in the sun all day, but at least warmer climes, let's say. Hi, Mel. Mel, how are you?
Mel in the house.
So we're just awaiting a delivery. So if Mr. P shoots off to the door, it's not a delivery. It's just like what I call like a. We've got like
top up.
Yeah, a freezer top up shot coming. You know.
What time that, Joe?
It says between 10 and 12.
10 and 12.
But I got an email this morning saying it had been dispatched, so it'll be on a van somewhere, I suppose. So, so did you want to come up on the panel, Mel, and, you know, even if it's only briefly, say hello? You know, so if sort of Mr. P sort of jumps up and shoots to the door, it's same as I say, it's not the country Iceland, but it's basically they deal mostly in freezer stuff. So I ordered like a little, what I call a top up for my freezer. So you know, it's I mean, what's the weather where you what you know, like in Brooklyn, Mel, you know, we're having some terrible weather here. You know, damp, dismal, misty or foggy or whatever you call it, and just, I mean, basically, I mean the you know, the weather outlook is enough to make anybody depressed, I think. And I do know that, like, throughout the USA and everything, they've been having really bad snowstorms. So we're anticipating it coming our way. It's very cold in Brooklyn. Okay, then, Mel, I'll that's not working now. Oh, it is. Tell you, it's
slow.
You might have to give me email, Mel. Thought I'd got you in my circle, but I hadn't. And I've got a rough idea what it is, but I can't sort of remember which way it goes round. So you just, if you just want to post it briefly, I'll copy and paste it, and then I'll remove it. But yeah, you know, I mean, like, such as I thought it were, but I weren't sure which way round it was. If you get me meaning. I'm going to throw this laptop through window in a bit because it's doing me head in.
It's playing off.
Yeah. I'll get there eventually. Not
playing ball?
No.
Oh dear.
I'm not.
Solid 12. Watch it.
I'm not the brightest spark in the the toolbox. Let's just say, when it comes to technology, and it's doing me head in.
Come on, Joe. Yeah, chuck it around in it, dumpster. You can't come on with.
Aha.
It's been wet. You see, dry off a bit first. This is. You're a bit wet.
See, if I have the Google up, I'm sure this is.
I'm ready to do that to this phone, Jeanette. Oh dear. Marie's ready to throw a phone at wall. Is it working?
Yeah, I've got it now. but it's on one of them. I'll do it.
Message.
Yeah.
I can't. Want that, mate? You want to report over lock?
It's saying same on mine. Do you want to remove it then, Mel? Because it's sort of not giving me option to. It just says you put user in timeout. We don't want to do that. I tell you, I'm gonna smash this up in a minute. My chat's disappeared now.
Uh-oh.
Sweetheart,
What?
go to your toolbox and get me an hammer.
What?
I says, just go to your toolbox and get me an hammer.
Oh dear. Oh, Lucy, you just sprayed me.
I can hear something. Oh, yeah. We have lift off.
Yeah, hello.
How are you?
Right, just trying to work it all out. I said, let me come by and see how my friends are doing across the pond.
I think we're in a pond, Bell.
Yeah, we're beginning to think we're in a pond. We've had that much rain.
Hey, sometimes you gotta, dance and sing in the rain.
Oh, that's it. I mean, we anticipated having to go out and buy a canoe. It's been that bad.
Sorry to hear that, but I mean, it is known for that out there. Hey, what's going on, Mr. P?
Manuel's asking if you're okay.
I'm all right, mate. All good.
That's, make sure you have your rain boots on and everything,
Oh dear.
I think I'm gonna have to get the armbands on. I don't know about rain boots.
Yeah, your life jacket.
Yeah, the life jacket.
But Bro is in New Zealand, and he says he's beginning to think some of this year's been cancelled.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they're sort of going into their summer.
Yeah, well, I say now in the world we don't have seasons. We just have hot and cold streaks. So hot for a couple of weeks, cold for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of days.
Have you had the really bad snow then?
No, not yet. We had snow already in November, which is not usual for this part of the city. But what are you gonna do?
And that's it.
It's
a case of it. Like we had a really, really hot summer, which is unusual for the UK, as you know.
Well, summer, I don't.
We're a scorcher, so we're anticipating a really bad winter.
Yeah, I heard the same. I heard the same too. It's supposed to be a bad winter in a couple of places. Summer here is hit or miss. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people. Global warming.
Yeah. Some people say climate change, global warming, stuff like that. I mean, some people still saying it's not real. You know, I mean, they say the planet is the hottest it's ever been. As it is now. But I don't know. Maybe the science is not right. I don't know. Maybe some people are making it up.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's what do you believe? I mean, yeah, there is, a lot of pollution in the world, but there always has been. You know what I mean? There's always been, the air pollution.
I guess some people probably would debate that, but yeah, it's been around for quite a while. It's quite a while. We don't have recorded history of when the pollution started, but who knows? You know, maybe
It's
you
same
can.
as I say. It's all just what I call smoke and screens at the moment, isn't it? You've got to blame it on something.
Well, maybe you blame it on Adam and Eve when they lost Mesopotamia or paradise. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't.
it's easy. It's easy to put or lay the blame at certain things, feet. But I mean, it's
Well,
like hot
unfortunately,
pollution and
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely unfortunate. I think sad to say that my country and China are two of the biggest polluters in the world. So what are you gonna do?
Well, this is it. I mean, it's like the average family, let's say, has got at least one or two cars. I mean, I know you're the exception, like, but you know what I
Hmm.
mean? I mean, here in the UK, nearly every family has got a car.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're moving into a generation of people that don't really want to own cars as much.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's getting like here in the UK. I mean, probably same in the USA. You've got your fuel, you've got the actual price of the vehicle. Then we've
Hmm.
got like road tax, insurance, and it's very expensive.
Well, I say it's probably expensive because when you look at it this way, let's say me and you both, we individuals are in our own right. We don't want to pay the high prices, but there's somebody else. If there's so many people in the market that's willing to pay for, what it is that they want or particularly need, somebody's gonna absorb the cost. So if there's more people willing to pay the higher price, me and you are kind of out of luck.
Well, this is it. I mean, and talking of like celebrities, I mean, they've got like every car under the sun. You know what I mean? And you've got such as Pixie and myself. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
we struggle
Well,
to
don't.
to run.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the struggle is real. It's real like that in America too. I got family members who struggle just like you because, like I said, the cost of living goes up. There's so many people out there. There's so much. And there's only so many resources. People don't realize that, we have crises going on in the world. We have a shortage of clean drinking water around the planet, that's running out. We have, carbon, what is it, carbon emissions going into the atmosphere. We have natural food sources disappearing. Over here in America, on the West Coast, the sea life is dying. The sea stars or the starfish are dying. So there's so much stuff going on, so much pollution in the air that, you know, it's a lot of problems.
Yeah. Hi, Cheery Giggles. How are you? But yeah, I mean here in the UK, the plastic drinking straws and everything. They're on
Yeah,
about doing, stopping the like one-use things, if you know what I mean. That like such as in
yeah,
McDonald's or
hmm,
they sort of trying to do away because there's that much plastic pollution in the oceans.
yeah.
Um, it's it's getting now where they're thinking that they've got to do something about it.
Well, they do, but unfortunately it comes down to the morality of people, the abuses. Because I mean, they say unfortunately it is in mankind's nature to abuse its resources. And the reality is there's an abuse of resources in food, in money, of people. We abuse each other, of our environment. So until we stop abusing and start taking care of our environment, none of these things are really going to change.
But yeah, it's. I mean, I can I put it? I'm not a Greenpeace warrior or anything, but
Well, it's
we
not about
try to
that.
do our little bit, e.g., recycling, and I tend to go for things that as little packaging as possible. You know what I mean? It's you have to do
Yeah,
your bit.
no, I agree with you. I'm not a tree hugger or anything myself, but when you look at climate change, when you look at pollution, just regular basic stuff, like in New York City is probably a lot worse than is London. There used to be a thing where people would drink a can of soda and just throw it on the street,
Yeah.
or you just, take baby diapers. I remember I was on the train one night coming home from work and somebody left a baby diaper on the train seat.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but
You've got like the responsible people, and then you've got the not so responsible people.
yeah, and unfortunately you have a lot more irresponsible people polluting and damaging and taking advantage of the environment in all the worst ways.
But
You know.
I mean, I look at it this way. I know sorry, I cut you off a little bit there, but
No, go ahead. It's your show. Just
it's
show.
like Callum's generation, what
Yes.
they've got to look forward to. If we mess it up, we put in our country in their hands, let's say,
Well,
or or the next
yeah.
generation, we put in our each individual country in their hands.
Well, I got to quote the words of the immortal Tupac Shakur. They say it's no hope for the youth is when the truth is there's no hope for the future. But what not on another note, it has to change. The system as it is, it has to be different. And we're doing these kids a disadvantage because the world is still turning and things are still deteriorating, and more and more people, the world is becoming more densely populated now, and resources are not all renewable. So what do you do? I mean, what
Well,
do you
this
have
is
another?
it. I
Yeah.
mean, we could all adopt. Well, I don't know whether it's still same in China, but they was limited the Chinese families to one child.
Yeah, but you still have to contend with the fact of you have so many people already here. What you do, have another world war?
Well, I mean that's a little bit of a touchy subject, isn't it, at the moment? What with the
Hmm.
the as Russian counterparts, let's say.
Yeah, I know. That's I did it for effect, but that's truth. But the reality of it is that the world is it has issues, it has problems, things that need to be addressed. And it's interesting how we try to go to space and we're trying to go to Mars and find life on other planets, and we still haven't worked things out here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I'm a great believer in you know like a cure for cancer. Why didn't anybody come up with a cure for cancer?
Well, you got to look at it this way. Even if they had a cure for cancer right now, let's say they got a cure for cancer, just for argument's sake, they're probably trying to figure out a way they can make the most money as possible off that cure. It's probably a cure for cancer somewhere that nobody has actually released to the public.
Yeah, either that or the inventor of it has been suppressed by the government.
It could be some. I don't know if you're HIV. They're talking about they got, ways to stop HIV and all this other stuff. So now all of a sudden, out of the blue, you find ways to genetically engineer and suppress, and you have prep medications and all kind of stuff. That you I guess maybe you were working on it. Maybe it was something that now is the time. I don't know. So
Yeah,
it's kind
Terry
of
Giggles
crazy.
says, Jeanette, there is already a cure for cancer that they need people to die. But you see, this is the thing. I mean, there is a lot of pharmaceutical companies out there.
Yeah.
Now, if there were a cure for this or a cure for that, then pharmaceutical companies would be out of a job. You know,
Well, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much because when you look at it as a cure, a true cure is going to cure something and it never comes back. You have this medication to treat the symptoms of it. It's not a true cure.
exactly.
It's something where if they could figure out how to keep a steady stream of income coming in and add billions of dollars to the industry, of course they'll put
Yeah.
it out tomorrow.
Marie Kaplinger says the pharmacies would not allow the cure to get out.
I agree with her. I agree. I
Yeah,
agree
yeah, and
totally.
I tend to agree as well. I mean, you think these mega million pound pharmaceutical companies, if there were a cure for this or a cure for, not necessarily saying
It's in the
cancer,
billions.
what
It's
I
in the
mean,
billions.
it's they go broke basically. If
Probably so.
if
Yeah.
they could cure everything, you
You know
know,
how much money they put into cancer research across the world? I mean, the numbers are staggering. So why would you all of a sudden, whole hospitals would close down, like, it, no,
well, it's take this for instance. I mean, my mum died nearly 2 years ago from cancer.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry for you.
When we've done like fundraising and, we've donated that to the, cancer research. So it's like you think I'm just one person in many, many, many billions or trillions or whatever. If each individual person, I mean, because at some point in their life, somebody's lost the fight with cancer in a family.
This is true.
It's a case of, where is our money going when we donate it to cancer research? Because we've got Cancer Research UK, and then you've got like the USA, etc. Where's our money going to?
Well, you asked a great question.
Yeah,
Sometimes people don't have a clear answer to that. A lot of times they don't. Sometimes the money is going into the research. Sometimes it's going into the pockets of big executives. Because
yeah,
you look at, yeah, you look at the cost of running these companies, these not-for-profit organizations, however, you call them, these charities, and you'll see that the numbers are staggering.
I mean,
They go,
my outlook on it is as well. These CEOs of these big pharmaceutical companies, I bet they're not working for minimum wage. I bet that I bet the
of course not. They're working, they're probably making, all kinds of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you ask yourself, if this is a charity to cure cancer, why do you need to make almost $500,000 a year?
exactly. Yeah, Marie says, Mel, I was born in Brooklyn, in New York.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
And Cherry Giggles has said, you need to watch Dr. Eric Berg's on diabetes. You will be surprised. Hi, Angel. How are you?
yeah. No, I wouldn't be too surprised about that because it's money to be made off of people suffering.
Exactly. And that
You
that
know,
is that is that is the sort of $1 million question. They're making millions and millions of pounds out of people suffering.
billions of
Yeah.
pounds. I mean, I would say not just millions, billions. I'm telling you, around the world, easily, you'd say maybe healthcare is $1 trillion business, or a couple $1 billion. So why
Yeah.
would you why
I mean,
would you
it's
stop that?
like in the USA. I mean, you've got you have to pay for everything.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But in a roundabout way, us here in the UK do the same thing because
It's
we pay what we call a national insurance, and
we pay that as well.
yeah, so it's like we actually paying for his own healthcare, whereas they're saying it's free. When hi Tony, how are you?
But yeah, but see, at least you only pay once. See, we have to pay for Medicare, right? We got to pay for our health care personally. We got to pay to see the doctor, do the copays. Then we
Yeah,
got to pay for the operations. Then we got to pay for the medication and follow-up visits. So all these different things are happening before you actually even get cured of anything.
yeah, yeah. Cheery Giggle says, do you notice when there's an announcement on the news for some sort of cure, but it's not available till 10 years' time?
Yeah, because they got to do trials and human testing and stuff like that. I don't know if they sometimes they do animal trials. They got to make sure it's clear with the FDA, or depending on how you have it over there, overseas, and where you at. So it's all these different trials and stuff you got to go through. Then is whether or not you're gonna have it go through a publicly traded company. So many people putting their hands on it, and it's going in so many different pots. You got to get certain patents and stuff like that. I mean.
I am Miss Ride. How are you? But yeah,
It's a complicated
yeah,
process.
it's. I often sit here and I'm sort of person. I do wear my heart on my sleeve, and I often wish I could sit here with a magic wand and say, "Oh, that's you cured. That's you." You know what I mean? You
Um,
just wish that you got a magic wand to wave, and cancer be gone, sort of thing.
well, I usually have that with my bills. I need a magic wand to wave, and my bills be gone.
Same here as well, Mel. It's like the money comes in one hand and you know comes in one hand and out the other. Hiya, Steve, how are you? Here are views and histories. But yeah, it's a case of it comes in one hand and goes out the other, I'm afraid.
Yeah, yeah, but you still try to maintain. I tell people don't give up.
And
You
that's
know,
it.
fight the good fight because life. What's life without actually trying to live it and having hope and stuff like that.
And as they say, these things are sent to test us, aren't they?
Yes, yes, yes. Say God doesn't put more on you than you can bear.
It's a case of you sink or swim, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, learn to swim. You know,
Oh,
you know,
that's it. Either that, or
um,
in our case, learn to row a canoe.
something like that. Get a speedboat.
Yeah, it's. I mean, let's sort of go on to the subject of these the football clubs here in the UK. We've got Abramovich, that's the owner of Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's got all these luxury items, let's say.
Well, maybe in his mind needs the luxury items. Maybe they help him coach better.
Well, I mean, he don't actually do anything. He just throws money at the manager of the club and say, well, this is your budget. You've got this much to spend. But it's a case of the rich become richer. Let's just say.
Or maybe they need to be richer to show people how powerful they are on the field. I don't know.
But Equinox Photography was in earlier on, and he said, he's a UK guy and he supports a club, and it's basically the in dire straits. But
Yeah,
as I said, at the end of the day, it's such as him that goes to watch the matches, that buy the season tickets, etc. They actually pay the players and the managers' wages.
well, it's a status symbol as well to be able to afford to go to something that most people can't. To be able to sit up front and get that exposure, to be internationally seen on television or online. People pay a
And
premium.
when it all, same as I says, when it all boils down to it, it's such as your average person that's put them in that position in the first place because they're loyal to the football club.
Yeah,
If you haven't got your football fans, I mean, I suppose it's same in America with the NFL and your baseball and your basketball and everything. If it weren't for
yes.
the fans going and watching them, there won't be no such thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But there's so much merchandising and hero worship created around it. There's so much fantasy because it's like somebody said to me one time. They said we put so much of our time, our energy, our traditions caught up into these sports. We live vicariously through these people.
Yeah,
So
I am Oz 42. How are you? It's a case of if it weren't for the average person going out and supporting that club or that football club, there wouldn't be no football club.
but they do a good job of selling it to you. They do a good job of making you think that this person with, this height or this ability or this speed, this intellect or, certain characteristics, it's something that you want to aspire to. So they sell you the fantasy. It's a part of the package.
Well, that's it. That's it. I mean, it's I think it's the same worldwide. It's
Like
um,
like 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 take a team, sorry to cut you, like take a team like Real Madrid. They have players on there, or stars, or Messi out in Argentina. You create this image of somebody that you should aspire to be like, and you're gonna pay a premium to see these people play because you just want to get close to them and glean whatever you can from them.
well, this is the thing as well. I mean, We always watch the news, you know, when we get up in the morning. Now, there's this thing, all this hype about, there's a picture appeared in the newspapers, etc. David Beckham actually kissing his daughter. Now, they also, you know, and there's such a hype about it. And same as I said to Pixie, when all said and done, that's his daughter. He's showing affection to his daughter.
Well, we live in such a politically correct society now that, you know, even the simplest thing could be taken and misconstrued.
You know, but you know, at the end of the day, I mean, all this hype about it, you're not telling me that he's not making money out of that photograph.
True, true, but still, there's somebody that's for it, and there's somebody that's opposed to it. There's people that are going to tell you how you should raise your kids and blah, blah, blah. And there's some people saying how cute that is. So on both sides, people are using it for their own agenda as opposed to thinking about the child.
That's it. Kate, how are you? But it's like, I mean, like, as you know, Callum's 16 now. And
Yeah.
before he goes to bed every night, yeah, we don't kiss him on the lips, but we get a kiss on the cheek, and it gives me a kiss on the cheek. It gives Pixie a kiss on the cheek. But to me, that is like a child showing his parents, you know, affection.
Well, everybody has a different idea of perfection of affection. You know, everybody has a different idea of how you should raise your kids or what's acceptable after a certain age. You know, I mean, we could get into a lot of trouble trying to figure out, okay, well, what's right, what's wrong according to your culture, my culture, somebody else's. Everybody lives a different type of life, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a great believer in you know, um, showing and giving affection.
You said, shall we give affection?
No, I'm saying I'm a great believer in showing and receiving affection. Let's say.
Yeah, no, I mean, anything within reason, though. I mean, you don't just, you know, just slide down your child and say, you know, hey, come to mama, you know, I want to,
But yeah,
you
but you
know,
know, I mean, it's
know.
them as I say. Callum's 16 and he still gives us a peck on the cheek before he goes to bed. You know, we're sort of not overly affectionate,
Well,
but
some people are afraid of their babies growing up and becoming adults, you know.
there again on the flip side, Mel. I mean, I'm all for giving your children independence.
It's a balance. It's really a balance. You know, you got to be able to do both. You know, try to give them the affection, but have them the independent way, and let them know that the world is out there. So you have to learn some things. You try to prepare them as much as you can, and let the chips
Well,
fall where
this is, as I say, this is it. I mean, it's. I mean, I often look at it this way. You know, some parents could
hmm
learn a lesson, you know, or two on, you know, on affection, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, people. Okay, when you say that though, you got to remember we live in a society where people are constantly, you know, bombarded with, you know, social media and isolation as far as going to the cell phone and the tablet and, you know, the communication skills break down. When communication breaks down, you forget how to be affectionate and how to have interpersonal skills with people. So it comes down to people having a better relationship with their smartphone than the actual people that are in their life.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there, but I mean, it's like going back to the car thing, isn't it? I mean, when cars were first invented, you know, they were saying, "Oh, it'll never catch on," you know, they were all strong carriages, blah blah blah. But you think how far the motor
Packages.
industry's come as regards like hybrid cars that run on electric rather than running on fuel, and it's
hmm
only the same way like laptops and smartphones and tablets. There's such a lot. They've come so far since, you know.
Well, there's always a development, you know, time does move on. You know, as
Yeah.
far as once it's like the internet was opening Pandora's box, as has been said. Once you start to show that technology can speed up, life, the motion of life, who wants to slow it down?
Well, this is it. But I mean, like when I mean, I'm in my 50s now. I mean, when I were a kid, there were no such
Mhm.
thing as internet or smartphones or everything. We used to go out and play. So
Well,
yeah, it's
those are
took
the
that
olden days.
it's took that away from like such as Callum's generation. They're too
Hmm.
busy playing on their Xboxes, looking on the smartphones, etc. They're not going out and
Well, you gotta remember something though. That Xbox or those devices are designed to have endless entertainment. When you go outside, if you're not creative, or if you're not like they were in the days of old, or previous generations, you'll get bored. You know. So some people say I'd rather have my kid in front of the Xbox or the iPad than to be out in the streets doing God knows what. Yeah.
I mean, it's like that in itself is another like what I call a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Um, and I know from experience, like Callum, he comes in from school, he does his own work or whatever he's got to do, and then it's
Hmm.
straight up in his bedroom on his Xbox, and it's like shutting himself away and isolating himself away from interacting with other people.
Well, because that's what happens when you're with, the technology or you're online or whatever. The technology itself is not judging you. The people are judging you. If you have a chance to move away from the people and just do your thing online, you can become whoever you want to become. So
Yeah, I'm going to say I get what you're saying there, Mel, but it's not just out on the streets where there are a lot of bad people. Let's just
true.
say.
Online there is too, but online is different. You could find bad people on there, but you can also find people who are like-minded. It's easy to find people who are like-minded, online nowadays than it was ever before.
I mean, it's I always say, as you know, I ain't been doing YouTube all that long, and like I go live most mornings, um, and if it weren't for YouTube, I've made a lot of friends on YouTube, including yourself, Random Life Productions, Eagle
Yeah, shout out to
VP.
Random.
You know what I mean? I look at, as everyone here in the chat today
Hmm.
are my friends. Some of them I know personally, some of them I don't.
Well, it happens that way, but as long as you can stay true, to who you are and they stay true to who they are, things should work.
So going back to Miss Random Life Productions, how did you enjoy a visit from Miss Random Life Productions?
Yes, I did. I mean, it was a privilege and an honor to have Random Life there. I mean, she definitely brought the insights of her life to that visit. You know, Forgive me because I'm in and out of sleep, but definitely it was a joy. It was a joy seeing her.
Yeah, it's all right. Nick Equinox for photographer says, "When's the next meetup?" I don't know, Nick. We were going to do one sort of this time. It, but people are busy, and it's like it's finding a suitable location to have it. Let's say.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. I mean, it is something to be said about that. But somebody has to do it if things are to move forward.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you need to drop off, Mel, just say so. I mean, I know you're very tired and it's early in the morning there, so I mean, I will understand if you know.
Well, I mean, I do have to go, because I'm falling asleep. But I did want to come by because I know you and Pixie and the rest of the folks out there, definitely good to me. So yeah, I try to come by when I can.
And I do appreciate it very much, Mel.
Yeah, no, it was still a good piece of conversation. I
Yeah,
tell anybody, in the live stream replay, if you're back at this point, congratulations, you've made it. And I appreciate the invite. So
Yeah, same as I say. I mean, it's I tend to go like 5 days a week. Some days longer than other, depending on the conversation, and you know,
yeah.
you
No,
know,
I mean definitely. I mean the conversation is, is definitely a key as far as, if it's especially if it's the right type of thing,
you know.
you got the
I
right
mean,
energy.
yeah. I mean, I've always said. I mean, you know, if we were to win the lottery or whatever, it's you know, we'd hire a big RV, we'd tour the states, and you know, basically go around everybody that you know, including yourself, and
Oh, I appreciate that.
you know, it's. I mean, like Bomber Grits. I mean, Sharon. You know,
Yeah, well, it's not impossible. It's not impossible, definitely. Yeah, I thought about stuff like that myself, and I was just like, we'll
uh,
see what happens, you know.
as we always say, it's a little bit of a pipe dream, but you never know.
No, you never know. I tell people, don't give up on your dreams, even if it's a
That's
pipe
it.
dream. Hold on to it, no matter how silly it may seem. But on that note, I do have to hold on to some sleep.
Okay then. I
Thank
do
you.
I do appreciate you coming in, Mel.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Mrs. I
and get some
appreciate the
rest,
invite.
and thank you for joining me on the live stream. Um, it's all right, Angel's wanting to join. You're gonna have to put your email in, Angel. Even though
All
I have,
right.
yeah,
Tell
okay,
everybody, Keith and them, that I said hello. I'm
yeah,
about to be out of here.
I will do. Thank you, and I do appreciate you coming on, Mel.
Shout out to Barry, shout out to Keith, shout out to Pixies, Gail, everybody, Bella,
Okay then.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you
Later.
very much.
Later.
Yeah, bye. So if you want to put your so I hope it don't take me as long to invite Angel on as it does Mel. I'm having a technology hassle today, so you'll have to bear with me at the moment. Invite centered, Angel. I have remove your email, Angel. Where's the person? I don't. Where's the person? Don't quite understand that, Mel. Oh, Cherry Giggles is eating cooked lasagna. Ooh. Hiya, Angel.
Hey, Jeanette. But it was a great discussion that you had with Memo up until you had to go and such. Because I remember growing up, I didn't have all this kind of stuff as we do today. Because the internet was introduced in, I think, the mid 1990s. But growing up, I would always play in the playground, play board games with friends and family like Ohio Cheerio, Sorry, Trouble, and any form of other children's board games, and that was occupied our time. And I also would always ride my bike around the community just to get out and just to have some fun. I never remember having this kind of stuff, but Memo is right about the whole like the gaming aspect of consoles like Xboxes because it's provide endless entertainment. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of kids spend their time in the house doing that kind of stuff, and it's one of the leading causes of weight gain here in America.
Well, you see, I mean, I'm in my 50s, Angel, and when I were growing up, there weren't no internet, there weren't no mobile phones. You were very, very lucky if you got like a landline house phone. You know, you were very lucky if you got that, let alone mobile phones and Xboxes and PlayStations, and there were nothing like that when I was growing up. And basically, you know, during the school holidays, you'd go out like 9 o'clock in the morning, till about 5 o'clock, you know, like tea time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you find your own entertainment. You'd go, you know, where I lived, there were a lot of fields, let's say. I mean, it's as regards like, you know, this day and age, you've got predators, let's just say, without saying too much, if you understand what I'm saying.
I catch your drift there.
Yeah, but you know, you know, you've we could go out playing without sort of as parents being scared that we was going to get preyed upon by, you know, by people, let's say. You know, and it were a case of you'd go out early in the morning and not come back till tea time, but you occupied your time with, we'd go picking flowers, we'd go, you know, just get a little fishing net and go fishing, and but you don't get that nowadays. You know, I mean, I don't know whether you used to do that sort of thing, you know, but where I were brought up in the UK, it was very rural. Hiya, God, the good one. How are you? It were a rural area, and there was always something to do. So I did have an issue yesterday with the super chat. I mean, it's been playing up since Friday, but it's righted itself now.
Well, that's good to hear, because it seems as though a lot of people have been having issues with their super chat, and issues with the whole hangout aspect. But I wish Google would get itself straightened out. 'Cause I just am getting a point now where I don't know whether to just not do a single hangout anymore or what. But I just wish that they would get itself straightened out.
Hiya, Osby, Chandy. Yeah, it's. I think there's been that many glitches with YouTube just lately. Pixie tried to donate to me on Friday via the super chat, and it says unavailable. Nah.
And Pixies had enough money right on his card.
Oh yeah, because
it's kind of strange how
people in the chat, it were asking them to go and check it, and it was saying the same thing with them. Super chat is unavailable. Now, we were racking his brains yesterday trying to think what it could be. So Pixie sort of signed in on his computer as me, and he disabled the chat and then re-enabled it, and it seems to have, you know, done the trick, let's say.
Wow.
But yeah, everything were enabled, the monetization were enabled, blah blah blah, and it was saying the super chat was enabled. But you know, when it come to actually, let's say, donating, it was saying super chat unavailable. But I don't know what the glitch was. But it's like all over YouTube, it's been the same story. You know, either this is wrong or that's wrong. People have been having the views taken away. They've been, you know, getting shut to death, like let's say dead supporters. You know, it's but you know, and then you've got people saying, well, you know, they've done a mass clear out of my supporters. I've lost hundreds, but I suppose in a way I'm one of the lucky ones, because
it seems as though you are one of the lucky ones, because I've seen some people in the lose hundreds, but I don't know if it's the glue itself, or maybe it's just because if the YouTuber has some stuff that people didn't want to get associated with, because I know that there's been a lot of drama amongst other YouTubers, and I don't like getting in the midst of drama. I just want to keep it civil. I just want to keep it entertaining.
I'm saying, I mean, I always say, like on my live streams, this is a family channel, you know, there's no swearing. I don't tolerate rudeness or, you know, or profanity or whatever.
Me neither.
That's all right. Nick's trying.
I just read it there myself. Oh man,
Lighten the mood. It's equinox photography.
yeah, it's a great time to lighten the mood up.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, I've not lost hundreds. I've just been sort of losing a few here and there. You know, I've lost a few, gained a few, lost a few. But it's been like that, to-ing and fro-ing for weeks.
Yeah, like last night I was at 1,586, and when I got up this morning, I saw that I was down by 4, where I went from 1,586 to 1,582.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I've been the same. I've sort of dropped a couple, and then I dropped a couple more, and then they seem to,
Bounce back.
Come back, and then you lose them again, and then you know what I mean. And mine has been yo-yoing for nearly 2 weeks now.
You know, your whole yo-yoing with the subs is like my hair yo-yoing up and down, where I cut it off, grow it back, cut it off, grow it back.
The burning question though, Angel.
Yeah.
Did you get your angel wings fixed?
Yeah, I did. I super glued them.
Oh, so
I'll be showing them later today.
Yeah. So you managed to get them fixed.
Yeah, because basically one of the rubber straps on the top came off of the cardboard layout. I mean, I wish it was plastic, since it's a little bit more tougher than cardboard. But I super glued it back to the cardboard as the aspect of it, and they're basically tough as nails now, because super glue dries really quickly and is pretty tough.
Well, I was going to suggest getting a sewing needle out, but if it's like elastic and cardboard, but the only problem you've got there, you're making holes in the cardboard, and it'll.
I mean, like I said, if it was plastic, then yes, I'd be more than happy to sew it. But since it's like a cardboard made of paper, you basically be making another hole inside of it.
Well, so long as it's fixed, that's the main thing.
We know they're moles of 4-2, and they're equal facts. I farted last night right before I went to bed, so I guess I set it off my bed before I went to sleep.
Yeah, and
yeah, it's a Donald Trump wig there, Marie Kaplinger.
Yes, it's this Donald Trump wig.
And some people called me a Trump's mini-me. Some people call me the Trump twin. But hey, it's just all in fun and games.
Mini Trump.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, like the other day, he'd got the angel wings on and the halo, and his halo slipped a little bit.
Yeah, because it went from there down to underneath my chin. And you were like, "You've been naughty, Angel."
That's it. But I mean, Angel's got a habit of farting on live stream,
which is kind of ironic.
So what's the weather like there in Minnesota then, Angel?
Right now, let me do a quick little weather report here.
I mean, that's why I've put the title. I'm a little fed up because we've had rain nearly every single day. It was really foggy and misty this morning. It's windy and it's cold.
The current temperature right now is 20 degrees Fahrenheit, -7 Celsius. Precipitation is 37%, humidity 72%. Winds is at 21 kilometers an hour, and today it looks that there's going to be a slight chance of snowfall with a high of -4 and a low of -7 in Celsius, and a high of 25 for Fahrenheit and a low of 20 in Fahrenheit. So it's been getting a bit better, but it's still pretty cold and chilly out with gusts of winds. But for me, I'm going to be going to Arizona, my home state, in January of the new year. to go and see my family, because I don't see my family all that often. And with the snows and the weather getting cold, the most cold in January is what I've learned over the years. I'll be going there during that time month to get away from, as I like to call it, the frozen tundra. That is the new state of Alaska here in Minnesota.
Yeah, God, the good one says, don't worry, Jeanette Pickering, it's going to snow soon. Oh, that's made me feel even more fed up.
You know what, God, the good one? I'm getting also fed up of people getting falsely copyrighted, like what happened to you about a month ago or so there, God. I still kind of think to myself, what did you do wrong? Because you got a false copyright strike or a community guideline strike for no apparent reason, and I just wish that things wouldn't go like that. I mean, there are obvious reasons, but did they ever tell you no?
Well, I think in a nutshell, Angel, basically, it put the title as Juventus versus Manchester United or something, but it was him and his friend actually watching the match. He wasn't broadcasting the match. He hadn't even got the audio on it. But it was a software company that basically complained, and they gave him the copyright strike. You know, in a nutshell, he hadn't got no audio on. He wasn't sort of broadcasting the match or anything. It was just him, you know. Oh, I look forward to that.
No one just said, I'll come and build a snow pick in your garden.
I mean, it's like the weather. I mean, it's been absolutely passing it down with rain these past, well, since last week. I haven't been out in that, so I definitely ain't going out in the snow either. Yeah. God, the good one says, Angel, I didn't do anything. The Indian company didn't look at the footage. Like, yeah, and he's still waiting because it got like a set amount of time they got to make a claim against him, but they've not done so. So we can't understand why, you know, the strikes hasn't been lifted. You know, it confounds me if it were a software company, and it were basically they're preying on channels such as God the Good Ones, you know, a reason to give him a copyright strike, in my mind. You know, and nothing's been proved. I mean, if you look on the channel, they've got no content. So how can they claim that it's their content when they ain't got no content? You know, like we've said, it seems a no-brainer, really. You know, it confounds me. I mean,
yeah, it would be kind of like if the American software company Microsoft were to falsely claim me for something that I wasn't playing or showing. I was just giving my commentary over it.
I mean, I think God the Good Ones sort of hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You know, it's when it all boils down to, it's the name of the channel and the fact that the company are Asian. You know, and it could be the fact that it's the name of your channel. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, it's like we say here in the UK, you've got a right to freedom of speech, and you could call your channel anything you want to. You know, why should they punish you for the name of your channel? And I think that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, it's pettiness, let's just say, just downright pettiness. I mean, this is the reason, Angel, why I don't have my television or anything on. I don't have any music on, etc., because they are clamping down really hard on channels that play music in the background, blah blah blah. But I mean, it's like me. I sort of tuned into Nerd of the Norths this morning, and it got music and everything on in the background. I says, well, how's it getting away with it? But it ain't actually monetized. So it was saying like, well, you know, I've just got me watch time, etc. So I suppose, you know, if he chooses to monetize, he's not going to be able to have any music or any background noise or music or anything. It says on the video now, someone responded to your counter notification. YouTube will review the response before we take final action on your request. But that's neither here nor there, is it? When you sort of can't go live and you're waiting for the decision, you know. I mean, such as me, I mean, I'm not good on laws or whatever, or copyrights or etc. But to me, if anyone's making a false claim, it's them.
Exactly.
You know, but it's you have to be very careful these days. As you know, it's a very, very thin line. You know, there's so many sort of, let's say, do's and don'ts. You can't do this, you can't do that, or, you know, guides, regulations, etc. So I you know, I feel it's better not to have any music on, not even the television. But you see, the thing is, I mean, Cherry Giggles, I mean, she were in earlier on. She asked me to do like a little experiment yesterday. She asked me to change the title of my, you know, like where I've put I'm a little fed up. She says, just change it to how to grow your channel. She says, and then get someone to check and type in how to grow your channel and see where you come up on the list. And funny thing is, once I changed that title, I came up 3rd on the list. So it were like the views, you know, the amount of people and the viewers shot up.
So basically, like what you're saying is, once you change the title, it kind of skyrocketed in terms of views and people.
Yeah, and it will basically, Cherry wanted me to do it as an experiment. Just, you know, edit the title of your live stream, call it how to grow your channel, and then get someone to search how to grow your channel and see where you come up on the list. Now Pixie did that. He typed into YouTube how to grow your channel, and she says, just have a look where you come up on the list. And I was 3rd.
Oh.
So it were like bumping me up further on the list. So if anybody were to search how to grow your channel, they'd come to me. Wow. Okay then, Marie. I'll see you later. Thank you, and I very much appreciate you coming in.
All right, Marie Kaplinger. See you later.
So
yeah, that usually never happens to me at all, because I've tried that one time at all, and I had like the same number of people, and even after a simple search, I was on the 5th page.
Yeah. Oh, okay then. Moz has got to go as well. But the thing is, because I'm monetized, when I shut the live stream down, it says unsuitable for advertisement, and you can ask for a manual review. Now I did that because Pixie gets it all the time, and it's basically the title. When they see that title, you know, it's automatically held for review because they're saying it's unsuitable for advertisements. But I did a manual review thing, and by this morning it's gone back to normal.
Wow.
You know, and it's just it, and this is what I'm saying. You sort of have to sit down and think every time you're doing a live stream. Like this morning, I sat there for ages and ages thinking, now what can I put as my title? You know, for my live stream. You know, it's like you've got to be careful certain words, etc., that you can or cannot put in. You know, it's a bit crazy, really. You know, I mean, are you still doing the live stream tonight then at 8 o'clock our time then, Angel?
Yeah, it's still going to be going on.
So have you sort of got anybody in particular lined up, or are you just going to play it by ear? And
Well, actually, I was hoping that Keith, you, but I know that Pixie and you are a couple, but I was hoping that the both of you could like either A be in the same room, or like one of you could swap positions. Like I know you have a busy time down there in your home and such. But it's the people that I have in mind is you and Pixie, Keith, Bella, if she can make it. I know Ian is going to be at work, so if he could pop in the chat, that'd be great at all as well. But those are like the main people that I have in mind of coming over.
yeah, well, you see the problem we have, Angel. If we're in the same room, you get the echo, and you know what I mean. We have a lot of problems.
So like, let's say if the both of you were to sit on the same position or the same area, it would cause an echo.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I'm on my laptop. Chris has got his laptop. But if we're in the same room, I don't know why it does it, but if we're in the same room, it tends to echo a lot, and we get a lot of feedback and everything. I mean, we could both sort of come on the one device, but together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. I mean, either way, either Pixie or myself will be there.
Yeah.
I'm not going out in garden, God the good one. I mean, Angel might have his wings, but I ain't going out in the garden just so I can join his live stream. Right, Nick's put, I walked into B&Q the other day. This bloke in an orange uniform asked me if I wanted decking. I got the first punch in, and that was that. However, others may not be as lucky, so be on your guard. I don't know where he gets them from, honestly.
Wow.
I mean, what we call decking, it's like the garden, you know, where you have these big, where you put your garden furniture, and that's what he's referring to as decking. But it can also mean, it's like got a double meaning. It could mean, you know, hitting someone in the English language, let's say. I'm sorry. Are you still there, Angel?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh.
I was just getting some coffee to drink.
Oh, I thought you disappeared. I just saw the thing, and I thought, hey, up this.
No, I just had to like turn my camera off for a minute to get something to drink.
The laptop's been on a go slow this morning, so I said to Pixie earlier on, I says, if everything starts going bottoms up, let's say, I says, I'm just going to cut it short and cut my losses and go, because it's been one of them mornings as well where, you know, nothing's gone right. The laptop were playing up. I don't know whether it's the Wi-Fi signal with it being crap weather. You know what I mean? It could be anything.
Well, you know, the other night, one of my YouTubers by the name of Ghost Mafia, he wasn't having problems with the computer, but he was having problems with his internet because his internet shut down on him because of the weather that he had. And so he had to use his mobile hotspot as his modem. And so he did his like little stream for only 30 minutes. And he had the problems again there that night when he was on a panel of another YouTuber. So I just wonder, why is his internet so choppy?
Yeah. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? But yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it's the weather that's causing the Wi-Fi to go funny or whatever, bro. We're having mega problems this morning. It was the laptop sent on a go slow, and I were clicking away and nothing were happening. And I just said to Pixie, if I have the same problem when I go live, I should just cut my losses. I'll shut the live stream down and, you know, hope that it gets better. So, but I mean, the mist's gone and it's still windy and dreary and cold, but it could be the weather causing the problems with the Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you can hear that, that's Lucy. What's up, Lucy? Your dad's laid down on the sofa. She's sat over on Pixie's computer chair and she's just crying, aren't you? Come on then. Come on then. Looking at me gone out.
But you know, in addition to my stream later today at 2 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. UK time, I have a busy day ahead of me later today because I'm going to be going to the bank here, cashing a couple of checks, and then afterwards I'm going to be going and looking at new computers because I'm planning on getting a new gaming computer as a multi-purpose sort of thing. And some people recommend like getting a 2-in-1. The thing is, when it comes to 2-in-1s, I don't use the tablet all that much because I usually just use my phone, and I don't use a 2-in-1 as a form of tablet. I just use the computer aspect as a form of YouTube or my form of streaming.
What you using now then, Angel?
Huh?
What you using now?
Now I'm using my Lenovo IdeaPad laptop, but I'm going to be getting a new one later today where it's going to be a form of both gaming and YouTubing.
Oh, yeah. Okay then, Stephanie. That was short and sweet. I know it's early where you are. She's saying she's going back to bed.
Okay, back to bed I go.
Yeah. God says if you type God on YouTube, I'm number 31. Lol, wait to see what happens when I'm number 1. This is it. But what was that? Some Blade, Social Blade or something. You know, I mean, I didn't expect to be on that Social Blade at all, but I am. I mean, have you ever used it, Angel?
Well, for me, Social Blade is a great way to get your analytics and such. Because it has like the feature of like subscriber prediction. Because if it stays on the pace that it is, you could reach this number in a time. Because let me go to Social Blade.
Yeah, I want to say on Social Blade, it predicts your analytics and how much money you're going to make and how much, you know.
Yeah, because it predicts how much your money you're going to make if you're monetized and such. And so it definitely gives a right perception if your channel stays at the pace that it is.
Yeah.
But like everything, like some things go fast and some things slow down. Kind of like how the fastest or most subscribers that I have ever gained in a single day was a little over 30.
But it, you know, it same as I say, it is like you said, analytics. You know, predicting sort of how many subscribers you're going to have in 5 years or in a year's time, or you know, your estimated revenue, etc.
Yep.
So, but I mean, same as I say, I mean, from my aspect, I look at myself as a relatively small YouTuber, and I didn't expect to be on it at all, but I was.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the my current one, and based upon if I was monetized, I would say estimated monthly earnings if I was monetized anywhere from 90 cents to 14. Estimated yearly earnings 11 to 173, and
Tried to cut it off, but it's not. It's still ringing.
Yeah, it's ringing off the hook.
Oh, it's stopped now. All right, it's a withheld number. We get a lot of telemarketing. So,
I definitely get a lot of telemarketing here in America because on a daily basis, I usually get 1 or 2 calls from people asking me to join their college, or like one that is trying to do a form of selling point. But in the end, it's all automated and all voice
I mean, we get that a lot. You know, have you had you've had an accident in the past 12 months or blah blah blah? Have you seen Dave the? No, I haven't. Hi, Lucy. How are you?
Hey, Lucy.
Is that a YouTube channel then? God, the good one.
But yeah, I'm looking at my future projections, and it says that 2 months from now, if my channel keeps up the pace that it is, I could reach 1,868 if it continues the pace that's going. And in 4 months' time, I could be at 2080 if it keeps up the way it's going right now.
So haven't you got your watch time hours yet then, Angel?
I have 1,305 watch hours, so I'm a little over 3,700 or a little less than 3,700 away from the 4K watch hours required to apply for monetization.
Oh,
Because the thing is, I don't seem to get all that very many people watching. I mean, I know that you have a consistency of like 9 to 12 people with you all the time. But for me, it always seems to die down in a slow period of time and such. But I guess it's all about the creativity and the patience of getting that watch time built up.
yeah, we see. I mean, I've only got mine because I do the coffee mornings and I stream Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and I might have to do something like that to figure out what to do on a regular basis and such. But but for the most part, I usually don't stream all that much, unless if it's like something that I can discuss with people or do some sort of special event like the one that I'm doing later today.
Yeah, yeah. God, the good one says it's my bear. He's traveling around USA right now visiting YouTubers. Well, if he's near Minnesota, God, the good one, Angel's in Minnesota. So God and angels, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, God and angels go great together.
Yeah, Lucy says the weather is horrible, and I'm glad I don't have to go out in it, Lucy. So yeah, I mean, and I definitely won't be going out in the snow. That is a fact. I mean, I have enough trouble staying upright in the normal weather, let alone in the snow and ice. So, oh, there you go, Angel. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
He says I might be able to get him to Angel after Christmas.
Oh wow! That'd be great there, God, the good one. I'd be more than happy to send you my info of where I exactly live in Minnesota without having it to publicly disclose here.
I mean, it's do it. I mean, don't do it on live stream or anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'll do it more privately.
Oh yeah, God Goldman says when he gets back, he needs to visit Jeanette Pickering.
Wow.
And we actually do live in the same country as God the Good One. In fact, just down the road from God the Good One.
Yeah, but
when I say just down the road, I don't mean just down the road. I mean it's not far.
Sheffield's better than Leeds, though.
So, but I think God the Good One's in Leeds, and we actually in Sheffield, which is like about 40 minutes away.
Well, here in America, there was a TV show called The Nanny, and it had a butler called Mr. Sheffield that the nanny always called called. But it was a great TV show here in America during the 1990s.
Wow, but I mean, it's like, I mean, I always say it's a small world. You know what I mean? You don't know that. I mean, there might be somebody sort of half an hour away that's a YouTuber that you don't know about. It's just, it says Southerners. But yeah, I mean, where we actually live, God the Good One is like 40 minutes away, something like that, maybe more on if it's busy. So it's not really all that far.
An hour on a good day.
Yeah, on a bad day, you mean?
Yeah.
On a good day, about 40 minutes. On a bad day, about an hour, depending on the traffic.
And how fast you drive.
Yeah, and how fast you drive. Point you're feeling very well, Mr. P. M1 is the stairway to heaven. That's what you call the freeway, if you know what I mean, Angel. M1 is what we call, it's a motorway, but you call it the freeway.
Yeah, We call it the freeway here in America, but motorway was something that you guys call in the UK down there.
Yeah, it's like like 3 or 4 lanes either side. You know what I mean? You get there quicker.
Yep.
Cassandra's live. How are you?
Hey, Cassandra.
But yeah, it is, you know, what we call the M1. I mean, because you've got like the M1, the M25. They're all like what we call, what you class as your freeway. Hi, Mark, please. So I was going to shut it down, but we've gone up to 12 viewers.
Wow, that was just kind of ironic.
Yeah. Cassandra's saying, oh, hello, sweetheart.
Hey, good morning, Cassandra.
So, yeah. Cassandra's calling Angel sweetheart.
Wow. Wow. I might have to just drown her in my strawberry banana smoothie here.
So you're not on the coffee this morning then?
Well, for me, I already had some of the coffee from a bottle. I didn't have it from a machine. But basically, I keep all sorts of coffee, and the coffee that I had was a cold brew bottled coffee, and I drank from that.
Oh, that's one thing I don't think I'd be able to drink cold coffee. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, for me, most of the time it's usually the hot stuff, but every now and then I just like to keep and drink the cold stuff. Most mornings I drink the warm stuff through my coffee machine.
That's why I put it in the fridge.
So we've just had a delivery, and it's what I call like a freezer top up, and I ordered like a family size lasagna. So I just said to Pixie, we ought to have that lasagna for his tea, and he just says it's a good job I'll put it in the fridge and not freezer then, innit? So you know what they say about great minds think alike, Angel.
Family size lasagna, it's the size of a football pitch.
Oh, Cassandra's saying Angel is very sweet.
Is our Angel delight.
Did you hear that, Angel?
Yeah. Oh, great. Now I'm blushing.
We see our Angel Delight. We get it in a packet, and it's like your Cool Whip, like a Cool Whip type of thing. But we call it Angel Delight, you see. So I'll Google it, and I'll try and show you a picture. It's all right, you'll have to bear with me while I get Angel a picture of Angel Delight.
Well, the only thing that the Delight is here in America is a orange juice called Sunny Delight.
Sunny Delight.
Yeah, look. This one's my favourite. This is like strawberry flavour. Oh, I'm dropping it. Oh, pack of 6, £10.44. Okay. I don't know whether you can see it there.
Yeah, I kind of see it pretty good.
I'm going to say sometimes it shines on the screen, but that it's like I would imagine it's like what you call Cool Whip.
Yeah, because here in America there's a topping called Cool Whip, and if that's like the same thing that is down there in the UK, yeah.
You know, but it's like it's like you just add milk to it. You know what I mean? And it's just you know, you just add milk to it, and it makes like a dessert. You know what I mean? It's all right. I've just got, because when I typed in Angel Delight into Google, it came up as Angel Delight cakes. And there's this fantastic recipe. It says mini Angel Delight cheesecakes. as you know, I'm a baker, so. Ooh, butterscotch banana. Ooh, that one looks nice. Butterscotch banana. It's all right. I'm in my baking mindset.
You're in your baking mood.
Yeah. Butterscotch banana pie. That looks absolutely awesome. I'll just show it you, Angel. I'll just bring a picture up of it. Now, don't that look nice?
Yeah, I can see it from that angle now. It definitely looks like a great Scotchman pie.
I know what Jeanette's baking next week.
Butterscotch banana pie.
Well, you know what, there, Chris. I think your boozing days might be over.
The boozing days are over, but my food ain't.
Chocolate pudding. It's all right. When I see something, oh, strawberry angel delight. I might have to bookmark them. You know, when you sort of, because you see what I do, Angel. I mean, it's like, let's say Bella, for instance, researching the makeup and everything. I do exactly the same when I'm doing my baking recipes. I see something, I thought, oh, that looks nice, you know. And some, as I say, when I typed in Angel Delight, it came up with Angel Delight cake recipes, and I thought, oh, you know, my eyes lit up. And so that's
for me, I don't like to go things based off of the exact same thing, because for me, I always like to add my own own little touch to it.
Well, this is it. You see, with my baking vlogs, I like something that's, I mean, you get like the complicated cakes, whatever. I like to do something that, let's say, for instance, you were to watch one of my baking vlogs. And I like to do things that I know that people can look at that and say, oh, yeah, I can make that. And that's why I do it. I'm passing my baking knowledge on to, you know, such as you. I mean, you probably don't bake or.
Well, for me, I'm more of a deep fried kind of guy and such, because I make things that usually require deep frying. Like last night, I made a few stacks of pork loin chops for dinner, and they were like really good because I added my own kind of seasonings to amp up the flavor. For me, I usually like something that's a bit crispy. Like I made my own recipe of these things called cheesy bacon bombs and bacon wrapped egg muffins. And so it's definitely a great recipe if you love bacon at all.
Yeah, Cassandra says, I've got to look that strawberry angel delight. I mean, I'm all for, you know, like the Americans, if you want to try it, I'm all up for getting a package together and sending you some. I mean, because they do banana flavour, they do strawberry flavour, butterscotch flavour, all sorts. I mean, you know, if you genuinely want to try it, I'm all for, you know, putting a few packets or whatever, you know. I mean, it's like, I mean, you know, one or two people, like June Gall, for instance, she comes from Leeds, where God the Good One's from, but she emigrated like 30 odd years ago. And she says the only, you know, basically the only thing that they can't get out there is the atora suet, you know, to make like dumplings and things like that. So, you know, I says, well, I don't mind sort of getting you some and shipping it out to you.
Cost £1,000 delivery.
Okay, then. See you later, God the Good One.
See you, God.
But you see, this is sorry, I folded it over because we were on about the Article 13 yesterday.
And is that going to be like your recipe, your next recipe that you're going to be making?
That is the next recipe I'm making, and it is chocolate and pear upside down cake, and that was requested by Bella, Beauty on a Budget. She says, have you ever made upside down cake? And I said, no.
She wants to come in.
So basically, well, she were on your arm. She were meowing when you were asleep. But yeah, it's basically, you know, you put the pears in the baking tin, and you put the sponge mix on top of it. You know, it's quite simple to make. But on this recipe, you can do the pears and caramelize the pears yourself. But it says if you want to save time, you just buy tinned pears. So that's what I've done. I've bought tinned pears. just to save a bit of time. So, and I also I'm famous for my lemon drizzle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, great! The famous Jeanette lemon drizzle.
Yeah.
On top of Chris's booze drink.
Yeah. That is it. Everyone loves my lemon drizzle. But I also do another one as well. You know, 7-Up the drink. Have you heard of 7-Up?
Yep, we have 7-Up here in America.
Well, I make a cake that you add 7-Up to, and it's called a 7-Up pound cake. And
Wow, never heard of it.
It's a bit similar to the lemon drizzle, but we're putting 7-Up in it. When it bakes, it makes like the outer layer of the cake crisp, like what I call crispy. It's lovely, moist, and it's sort of, after the lemon drizzle, I think that's one of Pixie's favorite. Another one of Pixie's favorite is the 7-Up pancake.
lemon drizzle.
Well, I said after the lemon drizzle.
Intro drizzle.
Yeah.
Lemon drizzle.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there's a guy that comes in from the droning community. I mean, Darwin Droning, he hasn't been here, obviously, because he works and whatever. He didn't rename it officially, but we always call him Triple D, Darwin Drizzle Droning, because he's always going on about the lemon drizzle. So yeah, I mean, that's my next one. I've got the tinned pears and everything for it. There's just one ingredient that Pixie's got to go out and buy, and it's natural yogurt, I think. I missed that off my shopping list.
No, I wonder if he'll ever create a booze cake anytime soon.
All this, I mean, you've only got to Google it, Angel. I mean, I'm sure, you know, there's cakes where you add Guinness or things like that. I mean, I don't know. You've only got to Google it, and I'm sure there's some out there.
Yeah. How long have you been baking throughout the time that you've lived there? Jeanette, I know you're in your 50s, but how long have you been baking? Because I know that you recently
this is why I do baking, Angel, because it's something I love, and I've always baked. You know what I mean? It's you know, my mum used to bake when I was a child, and it's, you know, it's something that I always used to help my mum with baking, and it's just I love it. I mean, like on a couple, I've done a disclaimer, you know, I'm not a qualified chef. I don't pretend to be a qualified baker or anything. But what I do have is years of experience and a love of baking. You know, when it all boils down to, you know, I mean, like you've got Bella, she loves makeup, etc. I love baking. So, you know, I mean, do you bake, Angel? You know, have you tried baking or?
I don't do quite all that often, but when I do, it's usually something that usually entices me to get more of it.
But I mean, my last vlog was, what were it? Toffee apple muffins. And it's basically, you know, your apple actually goes into the muffin sponge mix, but you fill the cases off with the muffin mix, and it's like proper toffee, you know, toffee sweets or candy, as you might say. Just drop 2 pieces of toffee in it, and then fill the rest of the sponge mix on top. And when they're cooked, you've like got a muffin, but with a toffee centre. I mean, that could be something that you could try.
Yeah, and as a would say, ooh.
You know what I mean? I mean, that was my last vlog. So if you want to go take a look, it'd be something. It's relatively simple, Angel, and it's.
I'll just have to like see if we have that kind of stuff here in America, because not every ingredient will be available in America for the recipe as it might be in the UK. But I'll definitely see what is required because I'm pretty sure you list all the ingredients needed in the description down below.
Every vlog. I mean, even the method how to do it. It's basically you use two eating apples. I put them in like a liquidizer, but didn't sort of liquidize them to the point where they were a puree. But you add that to your sponge mix, and then you put off, you know, the paper cases that you get muffins in. You just put half of the mixture in, 2 pieces of toffee in the middle, fill it up with the rest of the sponge mix, bake, and that's it. And when you eat the toffee muffins, you bite into it, and it's got a toffee centre. So it's relatively easy to make.
Yeah, it sounds relatively easy. I mean, Cassandra's life says I'm getting hungry.
You see, the baking that I do, I try to do that, you know, somebody comes across the recipe and thinks, oh, well, I'm going to make that. It looks relatively simple to make. And, you know, I'll have a go at that. And I've had 1 or 2 comments on past vlogs that I've done and said, oh, I've made that and it turned out perfect, you know, this, that, and other. And that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, I think we have a majority of this stuff here in America because I'm reading the ingredients list and definitely it's gonna be a recipe that I'll have to try out because I'm pretty sure we have pretty much all the stuff from cinnamon to the apples peeled, cored, and finely chopped, and the shop bought toffee pieces, which I'm pretty sure might be available here at my local Walmart or a baking shop.
Yeah, well, same as I say, most of my ingredients I get from, well, your Walmart is what we call Asda. They're all the same company, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, well, what I'm going to do, Angel, I'm going to shut it down. You know, and I'm hoping to get the vlog done later today. So now,
yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna be having a busy day leading up to the 2 p.m. Stream, the 8 p.m. your guys' time today. Having to cash a few checks and getting a new gaming computer, so it's definitely gonna be a busy day for me up ahead. But I hope you all can join me for my special UK panel stream.
yeah, so if either we don't come on together, or either Pixie will be there or I'll be there, but you know, same as I say, it gets a bit difficult when we're in the same room because we get an echo.
Yeah, because it echoes, like you said. But hope you guys can be there later today.
Yeah, if Pixie comes on the panel, I'll come in the chat, and if vice versa, if I come on the panel, Pixie will be in the chat. So
all right.
But anyway. So thank you for everybody coming in. God the good one, Cassandra, Angel for being on the panel, Mel earlier on. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see everyone in the morning. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.